Hey everybody, this is Mark Gonzalez with InStep Entertainment, bringing you another review of, this time, the American ADJ Dotz TPar System. Let's dive in. Okay, so here we are with the American ADJ Dotz TPar System. And first, what I'd like to start out with is going over some of the issues that I have found with this light system. And I will say this, that with the discrepancies that I note and I talk about within this video, I've already addressed with American ADJ. In fact, I pushed the video over their way. They were the ones who gave me the phone call. Very responsive in listening to the issues that I point out here. And they are working to make some changes. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to come out with a whole new system with changes, or if that means they're going to fix some of these discrepancies and get them out to current customers with this system. That's yet to be determined. We'll leave that up with American ADJ to get the word out on that part of it. So let's start out then with the first issue that I found, and that is with the light system here, fixtures, to where the cable and connectors come into the light itself. The problem we have is that with this light system being laid down into the transport and storage bag, it lays down, there's no room, there's no tolerance in here behind the cable and the connector. So when it lays down in the bag, it's laying down solidly flat on that cable and connector. And it's not good for it. What's going to happen here is you're going to start breaking some soldering within the connectors. Your pins are going to get bent. The connector is going to get damaged. It's not a good position with how it lays into the bag here. Okay, there needs to be some kind of a notched out area to where the cable and connector can lay down into, or another connector is engineered and manufactured out there. I don't know, maybe a 90-degree angle or something, maybe shorter to where it doesn't protrude so far out past the light itself, the backing of the light. Okay, so I've already addressed American ADJ again. They're going to work and see what they can do to address this issue here. The other problem I have found with this light is that on the top fixture itself, there's a lot of play in here. Now, what you can do is, with this system here, there's a connector that drops down from the fixture into the top of the TPar system itself. And it's that silver piece you see right there in the middle. Okay. Now that part you can tighten up. Okay, you can tighten that up there, and it takes out some of the play. But when we go ahead and we put the pin in here, let's drop the pin into the connector here as it mounts into the T-bar. You'll see there's still play in here. There's wobble. Okay. And that's the pin already inside, okay? I've already tightened up this part here that mounts into the tripod, but still, that's a lot of play, okay? I'm not feeling that so much. When it's just by itself, that's okay. Or if I have a light in the middle, that's okay. One of the nice features that American ADJ has done with this too is they've added on 2 bolts here that you can mount fixtures onto the top of this fixture. You can see that I've already mounted one light on top of here, but if I say, you know what, I want this light more so, I want it here on the right side because I've got something else over here, what have you. Now, I don't know if you can tell the angle on that from the video position here, but that's a pretty good angle there, okay? Or if I go on the other side, obviously, then I'm getting that angle again, okay? So not so good. You have to really, make sure then that you're mounting 2 lights on top of here and you're distributing the weight evenly. Okay, or one light right down the middle. Okay, so that's another issue that I've addressed with them on that. Another thing too is I'm not so fond of this pin system here. Okay, with this pin system here, the securing pin system, it comes with also a cotter pin. Now, cotter pins are really designed to go into something such as that, and then you bend open the cotter pin, okay? That way the pin doesn't come out, all right? Not so much of a good idea when you're constantly putting in and taking out a pin. So what happens is what I'm supposed to do is put this cotter pin in, open up the cotter pin because it's two-piece here. You split it wide open there so it doesn't come out. Then when I'm done with the event, I need to try to bring these two pieces back together again to slide it out of the securing pin. Not a good way to come up with something here for securing, especially for mobile DJs who are constantly taking in and out securing of pins with each and every event. So not digging that. Plus you're giving me more parts to lose with this cotter pin going in here. So this isn't something I'm really digging here. Okay, so those are some of the biggest problems that I found here with this light system. And again, these have already been addressed with American DJ. American DJ, thank you for listening to us DJs out here. Now let's take a look at this filter that comes with each of these 4 Cobb light fixtures here. This is the 25-degree beam angle filter that you can mount on here. Really like the design of having retaining screws onto this here. Okay, so these screws, as you unscrew the filter, they're not going to come out. So you don't have to worry about unscrewing and then, oh my gosh, putting them in a Ziploc bag as you go and stow this somewhere. It's self-retained. Good idea, American DJ. Okay, so now let's take a look at this as we put this 25-degree beam angle on. Right now I've got all light fixtures on. I'm going to kind of angle these at a different over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount onto this first fixture here onto the right. So as you look onto the wall there, you're going to see a difference here. And I'm just going to place it over, not with mounting it, properly with the screws. And you can see that 25-degree beam angle here. And we're about maybe 4 feet from the wall where I'm pointing this at. So you can see what that's going to look like at least 4 feet from the wall. Taking that off, and we go back into the full wash. Very cool. I like that. Neat feature you're adding on here, depending on the type of event, type of lighting that we need to get out there onto the dance floor or project onto walls, etc. Good on you. Let's talk about another plus feature with this system here that I like. With this system here, I can mount on, as I pointed out before, up to two lights that I can mount onto this fixture here. I have an outlet that comes out of the top of this fixture for powering on light 1 and powering on light 2. I've placed a light at the top here in the middle, and I have it plugged into light 1. Now, I'll address with the remote first of all. With the remote that is included into the system, I can turn on that light, additional light, and turn it off. Now, I can't control any other features with it, but I can turn it on and off, which is really cool. The way to do that is with the remote or with the foot pedal that we'll talk about a little bit later, is you press on light 1 for 3 seconds, and that light will come on as you lift off of the button or the pedal. 3 seconds, let off. Light comes on. Beautiful. So very good that they've added that feature in there, because as you guys know, some of you may know, with other light systems like this, with other wash systems like this, there are some outlets that may be included into that fixture, and when you plug a light in, it's just powering it straight on. You don't have the ability to turn it on and off unless maybe you're working with some DMX. So if you're not into DMXing, taking that time out to learn it and put it all together, program it, then this system right here with a simple on and off works great. To turn the light off, you would hit that off for light 1, you just press it 1 time and it's off. So really cool. I like that feature too. Neat. I can add 2 lights onto this system here, control the on and off with it without having to unplug and plug a light in or using a different type of surge protector or something that I have to hit a switch on. Awesome idea. All right, so to talk a little bit too about on top of the Dotz system here, you have these bolts here that mount on top here that allow you to mount up the external light fixtures we spoke about. They slide left and right. They cannot come off because there's some end caps on each side of the Dotz system here. So they are loose, but with this, you're not having any vibration. What also comes with it is your plastic screw or your nut that will go on top of there to mount the light fixture, with the addition of the oversized rubber washer and a metal washer. Okay, so that takes care of that with the light fixtures, external light fixtures. Now with the remote, you're getting the remote that comes with the system here. It has also a antenna that comes out, slides right out, old school antenna, and then slides it right back in, depending on the distance that you need. With the remote here, the different features you have are blackout, fade, color, programs, light 1 on, light 1 off, light 2 on, light 2 off. You also have sound active, auto run, and you have a plus and minus so you can step through the different scenes within the remote and light fixture. So here is the remote right here. And this is what you'd be using with the system if you care so to. All right, so let's take a look at this system here. When we look at the lights in the on mode here, I'm in the blackout right now. I turn the blackout off. I'm in there. I can go through my different settings in here. So let's go to fade. When hitting fade, obviously I'm going right into fade. Again, this is really cool feature that you have to where you don't have to fumble around in trying to find that fade setting within on your pedal system. You're hitting the different pedals as you step through the different scenes to get to fade. Boom. Not so much now when you've got this remote here. Right into fade when you want to go right into a slow dance song. You've also got color, so I can step through the different colors using the plus and minus on the remote to step through, again, the different colors. 7 different colors that I can work with here. Programs. It has 14 different programs that you could go through, step through here as you press your plus or minus again. So you've got the different modes you can go through. The other thing you can do here is obviously, like we talked about many times here, is the light on, light off, or 1 and 2 lights that you mount on externally and plug in as the source from the Dotz system. You also have sound active mode. Now, this is an area that I'll be very honest and say that I really don't know how you adjust that microphone when you're using the RF remote. Now, I don't know if you need to go onto the DMX system on here and you need to set that up. I'm not sure, so I'm going to dig a little bit more into that. I may post some comments a little bit later with regards to the video on how to do that. But as far as I know, I just don't know how to get to there in adjusting it. So we obviously know with a foot pedal how to do that, and we'll discuss that shortly. You also have auto run. Auto run will just go through the different settings that it has built in already into the system. And that's pretty nice if you don't want to go through different stuff with it. You know, just hit auto run and just let it go through the night, you know, and go through its stuff. So that's what you have there. And that really completes for the remote. Really digging this system. I like the fact, and I think for my use, I think that I would use the remote more so than I would with the foot pedal. Why? Because it's less time that I have to set up plugging in a cable into the back of the Dotz system, running it down, you know, tidying it up as I go down the tripod system and setting it to where my foot pedal, I want the placement of it at. It's really cool that I can have a remote that takes care of all that for me, and you're giving me the addition to go right to fade, and you've got auto run built into this as well. Good on you. I'm digging it. Now let's take a look at the foot pedal. It's a robust design that I think is going to last a long time for my use, and I think for many of your all's use out there as well. Very strong. I'm digging this. You're also giving me a cable that I can disconnect from my foot pedal. This works out very well because many times we go to our shows and we're done with the event. It's now time to stow our equipment away. I've got this cable that's connected into my light that now I have to coil up the cable and I'm trying to get it all put away. And this is the way it's going to look when I go to put it away. What's going to happen is we're starting over a period of time damaging this cable, the connectors, and all in all, it's inevitable. You're going to have a failure. It's just a matter of time when that's going to happen to you. So I like the fact that I have a cable that I can disconnect. And if with the cable, I find that I have a failure within the cable that's non-repairable and I need to replace it, simple enough. Make a phone call, place an order, get a replacement cable out to you. Good idea. The other thing I have here is a sensitivity for my sound active mode. The neat thing with that is that it's within reach of where I'm at, right in my DJ area where I can adjust that, reach down and adjust it for the sensitivity. This has happened many times to me, and I'm sure it's happened to many of you all watching it right now. those of us that don't use a lot of the DMX features and we like just, hey, you know what, it's simple enough, let me just go into sound active mode. I like the features within the light already that are built in for sound active. Just let it go. So many times we forget as we bring our equipment out and we're setting it up to adjust that sensitivity for sound active mode, and we put our lights up, 6+ feet up in the air, and we think we're done. And we go to play music, and when we're in open dance, and the light just doesn't do what we expected it to do. It's staying on one color or it's staying on one scene, not doing what we want. We now have to figure out how we're going to get up in the air to adjust those lights from their sensitivity, or figure out how we're going to take them down to adjust. So I like the idea that I have it right here with me to adjust within reach. With the foot pedal here, you have the different features of mode: up, down, blackout, full on, light 2, light 1, and your mode of where you can adjust to. So with the modes, you have color, which are 7 color modes you have. You have sound active mode, adjusting the sensitivity here. You also have program, there's 14 program modes within this here, within the light fixture, and you can go through them by fumbling through on the different modes. You can go up and down with them all. You can also, as I said, you can black out and do what you need to do with the lights. So really cool. And disconnecting here, I want to show you guys a question that I had for American DJ with this foot pedal switch here. There is a on and off switch here on the foot pedal. What is that for? So I called up American DJ, talked to a representative over there, very knowledgeable. He just said that he just does not know. They've talked about it there. It's probably one of those things where this was almost a commercial off-the-shelf item. It came with an on and off switch, and therefore they just left it. Maybe it's room to grow with something else, but for now, as of November the 13th, 2014, this on and off switch really doesn't mean anything. Okay, you can turn off the foot pedal switch altogether and turn it on altogether by using this, but that's really it. So there's really no other reason or rhyme in having it. All in all, a great foot pedal switch that I think is going to last a long time for what we do, the abuse that we put onto this system here. Foot pedal. Now, just looking at this 25-degree beam angle filter system that comes with the Dotz, each one of these cobs, chip-on board lights, has the filter. And you can take them off by unscrewing the retaining screws, thank you so much, for these filters here. And you can take them off. If you want to wash that area really wide, then don't use the filter. If you want to put a 25-degree beam angle on there, go ahead and slap this back on again. All 4 fixtures, once again, has this feature. A couple of things that I want to bring up here with the light system is, when I talked about the issue with the cables and connectors of the light fixtures when you go to stow your light fixture away and transport it on out, is that the cable and connector are taking some pretty bad beatings when you go to stow it. A quick fix for now is to go ahead and just disconnect your connector from your light fixture. Now be very careful in doing this, because here we are performing 2, 3, 4, 5 times throughout the month, and where we're going to be taking this light system out possibly, and when we do, now we're having to disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect. So as we're going through that, problems, be careful that you're not cross-threading, you're stripping, or damaging the connectors if you're going to go ahead and do that. Overall, I think it's a safer route to go rather than just going ahead knowing there's a problem with the cable and connector and going ahead and continuing laying it down in here into your storage bag and damaging that connector or the cable. So my recommendation at this point is just go ahead and disconnect the cables and just reconnecting them as you need them. Also, what I pointed out with the remote and the foot pedal is that you get a couple of features within this remote that you're not getting with a foot pedal that's really quick. You're getting that fade function that you can go right to when you need it. You also have the auto run that you can go to when you need it, to where it'll just go through the different settings on its own. You don't have that quick capability within your foot pedal system. You'd have to step through some scenes there to get to fade, and so that's a really neat thing, again, with the remote that you're giving us here. Now let's talk about the storage and transport bags that come with the system. This is the bag that comes with the Dotz TPar system to put your overall light fixture into. Pretty well made. I think it'll do a good job protecting the system, but again, you have to be very careful with the cable and connectors as you go to put this away. Again, I recommend at this point, because there's an issue already we noted, to go ahead and just disconnect those cables and connectors from your light fixture. Next up, to transport the tripod system, you have the bag here. It's a round bag that'll come with your system here that you can go ahead and put that tripod system into. At the end of the system, that's where you go and unzip in it to go ahead and put your tripod in and to take it out. Those are your transport and storage bags. So as a wrap up here, the American ADJ Dotz TPar system, I think, is a overall good system that I plan on having around for a long time, that I think is going to serve me very well along with my clients. Now, there are some issues that I have noted within this video, but the nice thing is American DJ was kind enough to give me a call with regards to those issues to let me know that they were taking action on them. So we'll wait to see what American DJ has to say on those fixes to make the system better for all of us. Once again, the American ADJ Dotz TPar system.